Hello, beloveds. How y'all doing? Are you okay? I mean, really, are you okay? This fine holiday season. I hope you're okay. I know a lot of times these holidays can turn into holidays, and I'm concerned about you. I'm even more concerned about us as a society, particularly in the United States. It's just a lot going on right now. In particular, with our entertainers. I think we forget sometimes. I mean, these people get paid. They get paid to act. They get paid to be who they are not. And I'm just concerned, y'all. I'm concerned that the Dave Chappelle that we once knew ain't the same dude that's on the stage now. I know. I know. I know. I'm hating oh goodness. And what have you done? And you don't know how to tell a joke, so you're taking. I mean, we we've gotten to a point now. The only thing that we're allowed to critique, it seems, is food. Like if it's food, then we can critique that. If the chef has created something that's distasteful or not nutritious enough or doesn't taste good, then we can. It's okay. We can talk about that. We can talk about that potato salad with the raisins in it, but don't you talk about my entertainer or sports person. Well, I mean, it's that's nourishment too. I mean, they're feeding something. They're feeding us something, and let's just talk about it. I mean that's all this is discussion. But I want it to be a nuanced discussion and just not these knee jerk. Anytime someone says something about an entertainer we don't like, oh, you hating. Look, I'm happily married with 5 beautiful sons and a new granddaughter. My life is I'm good. I, and oh, by the way, Dave Chappelle is good too. I mean, he doesn't really need you caping for him, but you know, let it be, let it be what it be. So let me just start by saying that, man, I have been a Dave Chappelle fan. I mean, for years and years, going all the way back to Killing Me Softly. I mean, that baby joke, that turning that baby into a drug dealer. Oh man, if you haven't seen that one, I mean, it's just masterful work. And then even I was with him, of course, through the Chappelle show. I mean, man, that was excellent. I mean, that Black Klansman routine is just that's some of the best satire ever. And then come to the first, maybe even a little bit of the second of the Netflix series is just really good. And then Dave has gotten into rut, this rut against trans people. He's like on his fifth special messing with these people. Look, y'all, come on, black folks. How many times, really, how many times in a discussion have you started talking negatively about trans people? I mean, not. I mean, the last year, the last 2 years, the last 3 years, the last 5 years. Really? These are the pervasive people in our cultural discussion. No, it just, it just doesn't happen. But with Dave Chappelle, we've allowed this dude to berate trans people for, I don't know, it's Y'all, it's been a while now. I mean, it's gone on 5 or 6 years now. Enough is enough. Let's get into it. His last special is called The Unstoppable Nigga. And I don't know who the unstoppable nigga is. I mean, later on, he gives these motifs about Jack Johnson, about Nipsey Hussle, about Dr. Sebi. I mean, and maybe it's himself. I don't know who's the unstoppable nigga here. I mean, and it ain't him. He's certainly stoppable. And the reality of it is, if he's not careful, who will stop him is him. It ain't gonna be the trans people. Shit, he been talking about them for damn near a decade now. At least half a decade. But I could be off. You know, those COVID years, I start to discount years and get them mixed up. But anyway, let's just go with 5. Ain't nobody canceling him. Ain't nobody stopping him because he's telling sicker and sicker and sicker transphobic jokes. Nobody stopping me. I mean, nobody stopping him when he talks about jokes about pedophiles, jokes about rapists, jokes about murder. I mean, nobody's stopping him but him. I mean, he's just turning people off. Not everybody. I know a lot. He's got a lot of fans. You should be surprised. There's a lot of people jumping off this Chappelle bandwagon, and it has nothing to do with trying to cancel him. He can live. I'm not trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, but I am trying to uphold what's right for the people that I care about mankind, and then specifically about Black people. Because what we digest, it matters. I don't have a halo over my head. This is not me trying to be over officious or pious. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all, enough is enough. So let's get into the deal. So he starts off with this rant about where he lives and in Ohio and how he's bought up the whole city, and then he makes a statement that I don't really care about those people. He's a capitalist. I invite you to look up. You can just, look, there's just too much research available on this matter of Blacks and capitalism or anybody in capitalism. You know what you can look up? You can look up the Bible. How about that? How about you look up James chapter 1 and verse 9 and 10. James 1, 9 and 10. Now the brother or sister of humble circumstances is to glory in his high position, but the rich person is to glory in his humiliation, because like flowering grass, he will pass away. I think it's notable there that the author here makes a juxtaposition that the poor has a high position and the rich has a humiliating position. So this is Christianity saying that nobody can be rich? No, far from it. But it's saying we better be careful. So then also we better be careful about the wealthy people that we listen to. There should be some wisdom. There should be some wisdom, some measurement in their communication. Even more so because they are wealthy. So This is the test. This is the test. If dum 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 dum, if Donald Trump said some of the same things that Dave Chappelle said, how would we feel? Because Donald Trump's he's the only devil ever made on the planet, right? See, I'm just tired, y'all. I'm tired of the whole. This is what we do, especially as Black people, and maybe all people. The skin I'm in, I'm just I tend to be more of an expert amongst our own people, and that's this. It's called the halo effect, and then the devil effect. So we tend to overly cause those that don't look like us. We give them these devilish characteristics overly, too much, because that's giving them power too. And then those who look like us, we put a halo on them as if they can do no wrong, even while they're just playing in our faces. He brags upon. He comes out the gate bragging about being a capitalist in this small town, and even bragging about not caring about the people in the small town. This is not. It could be funny, but it's not good, Joe. So it's just kind of like a palate cleanser to what's gonna come. So you got to realize here, and I don't think we realize how intelligent Dave is. Dave is no dummy. Dave is the son of two intellectuals. His grandfather has a building named after him on the university campus, and so he's he's a master communicator. So I really wish that he would use his master communication skills not to harm others. This is an example. He gets into this deal. He went and played Saudi Arabia, right? And he made a lot of money for it. I think he made $6 million. I mean, he supposedly slipped and said it. And he draws this correlation, not causality. He draws a correlation between the atrocities born against reporters in Saudi Arabia to the atrocities born against reporters in the Israel-Palestine conflict. I'm comfortable, if you want to call it the Israel-Palestine genocide, I'm fine with that too, because the numbers ferret it out. This is not a war. But this is a correlation, but it's not, one really has nothing to do with the other. What that government and Saudi Arabia chooses to do to maliciously and murderously treat reporters, what does that have to do with Israel murdering Palestinians? There could be a mental correlation to it, but really there's no causality. One doesn't cause the other. So you don't get off the hook, Mr. Chappelle, because you went and took money from the Saudi Arabian government that has been known to cause hate crimes against humanity, be it against reporters, be it against women, be it, on and on, against those that speak out against the government. You don't get to do that because there's atrocities that Israel is doing against Palestine. This is a false equivalent. And those who are well versed in arguments, they're able to use this to their advantage. And I would argue with you, most comedians, good comedians, they're really good at all of these arguments because that's basically what they're master debaters, right? Because they're trying to get you to, they're trying to win you over to their position in a humorous way. There's probably no equal right now in the comedy game to Dave Chappelle and his dexterity with words. No doubt about it. I mean, just his stage presence is par excellence. His storytelling, there's no one better right now. And then he's probably getting to the point where he's maybe top 5 in history, with, of course, Richard Pryor being number 1. But he's up there. His storytelling is fantastic. He can really take you on a journey. And he does in the special, too. Then there's his ability to, his erudition historically. I mean, when he gets into that Jack Johnson closing and the way he weaves the history, it's fantastic. So back to the Saudi Israel. So the other thing is, he tries to say that he doesn't care, right? I don't care about people trying to say that I'm a sellout because I took that money in Saudi. Well, if you don't care about it, sir, why are you talking about it? You devoted a good amount of your stand-up act to this. So you must really care about it. It's clear that you care, because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be saying it. Then we move to the Puffy case. Look, let me be clear. I applaud him for taking on what's in the zeitgeist today, what's going on. That's what comedians should do. They should be fearless in their commentary on what's going on in the world. I'm just saying what he's doing with his instrument, with his intelligence, with his know-how, his skill, man, it's a shame. It's disappointing. The facts on abuse and rape of Black women by Black men is harrowing. Now, let me quickly say, before you go off, don't go off the deep end, stay with me. Crimes are acts of proximity. So if you look up the numbers, whites on white and Asians on Asians, and it will follow the same types of patterns. Come back with me to the Black issue, because we're talking about Black people here. We're talking about Puffy, and we're talking about Miss Cassie, and then he makes this false, he goes down this false logic that because Puffy helped him once in a scuffle, and then he goes, oh man. Then it's false hyperbole as he used to. These are a lot. Look, he's a master. He's very manipulative in his speech. Manipulative. Persuasive can be a better way to say it if we know the end is going to be positive. Manipulative when it's to nefarious means. It's manipulative because he guides his audience to laugh and find it entertaining for a woman being abused, taken advantage of, and physically beaten. Is that really a good use of your skills, sir? I mean, really. With the amount of atrocities that are going on right now in this nation, it's a really good use of your skills to be making light of abuse. Again, Charlie Kirk. So here, so this is where he keeps using the same tools over and over again. Now, because some of us don't care for Charlie Kirk's racist comments, then when we say that it's not right to correlate Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King, because just because both of them were shot in the neck, we, we, we can't understand that correlation is wrong. And then when we draw a correlation between Saudi atrocities and Israeli atrocities, that's wrong. Either both are wrong or neither are wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk is no MLK, and Israel doesn't get a free. I mean, Saudi Arabia doesn't get a free pass because Israel does nefarious deeds. It's the same thing, y'all. So what am I talking about? I'm just talking about overarching. You have talents. We all have talents, God-given talents. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, men and women? Are we going to use our talents for good or for evil? Just look, human to human. This is the choice that's before each of us. Do I always use my gifts for good? Absolutely not. Hell, I haven't made a video in months. I should be making these things probably twice a week. So no, I'm not on any soapbox here. But I'm still gonna call it like I see it, man. This thing is just wrong, and he just keeps doing it over and over. He's playing in our faces, y'all. Emotion. The use of emotion in an argument, right, to get you off your center. You know who was really good at it? A sportsman who was really good at it was Muhammad Ali. I mean, he would talk in those press conferences and really get other boxers off of their game where he already won before he even got in the ring. This is the use of emotion to prove a point. Again, Mr. Chappelle is masterful at it. He weaves this historical narrative about Jack Johnson and white women and the creation of the Mann Act, where you cannot cross state lines with a woman of another race for debauchery. And then this is the same act that was used in the case for Mr. Combs. I mean, so this is masterful use of knowledge and of emotion and passion to prove an argument. Then he did the same thing with Nipsey Hussle, as far as he met him. They were friends. They met in Atlanta, and T.I. introduced them. And I mean, it really gets you to rally behind his cause. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not pointing. There's nothing wrong with these historical events and the way he weaved them. Nothing at all. What I'm saying is, let's be mindful that just because he's good here, he tells a good story here, that doesn't mean that his storytelling about Puffy Combs and the abuse or transphobic metaphors is good too. The trans issue again. And it goes into this whole deal about the trans. He kind of backs into it with this metaphor about a falcon. Again, storytelling par excellence. I mean, who the hell ever heard of a joke? One thing you can say, Dave ain't stealing jokes. Never heard a joke. Is I listen to comedy all the time, been listening to it for decades. I've never heard a Falcon joke. So, and it was funny. The Falcon looking all over, that was funny. But the punchline, sir, was reprehensible. I mean, the payoff was the murder of a trans person. For what? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand why you keep going back to messing with these people. I, they ain't messing with you anymore. Yeah, there was a time when they were trying, they were banding together, try to get you off of Netflix. That time is long gone, bro. That was millions and millions of dollars ago, too, by the way. Nobody's stopping your money. Nobody's stopping your freedom of speech. All right. All right. And then this, to use the skills that you have, which are many, which are fantastic skills of communication, to draw a metaphor of killing a trans person and getting off because you're in Saudi Arabia, and to kill a trans person is a misdemeanor. Why? What? Why are we going here? Of all the subjects to talk about, why here? And then black people, we want to be entertained that bad. Our entertainment is that important that we need to put down trans people over and over. No, the answer is no. We're better than that. We're not even like that. That's why I was talking about it earlier. Nobody talking like this in the barbershop, and then this is not the pervasive subject in our dialogue. It's a pervasive subject in Dave Chappelle's dialogue, and I don't know why. The whole thing here, we just have to be careful, especially with those who are feeding us entertainment and jokes. Because at the end of the day, if I look at the arc of Dave's entertainment and comedy value, really, these last few specials, they're pretty short on entertainment and short on laughs. So really, what's it for? The proof, I'm gonna tell you, now it's happening, and we're talking about it now. I bet we won't be talking about this special 2 weeks from now. It has no nutritional value. There's really nothing. There's precious small nuggets in here that has any nutritional value mentally. There's some. I mean, Lord have mercy. Just the use of Stevie Wonder, weave that whole Stevie Wonder and the MLK story, and his rallying with Mrs. King to make MLK's birthday a reality with that Happy Birthday song, and he talked exactly that's what happened. And we Happy Birthday to you. Now that's a ubiquitous song in culture and national culture, and certainly in black culture. And it all started from that MLK holiday push. He told that story well. That's fantastic. And he also used Joy Inside My Tears. I'm a big Stevie Wonder fan. There's a song called Joy Inside My Tears. I mean, goodness. So he's got it, y'all. This is not hate. This is actually love for Dave Chappelle. This is love for our culture. As black people, this is love for the United States as a nation, and this is love for the globe. I don't like to see anyone hurt. And I think we got to get past making fun of physically hurting people, of rape, of assault. There's too much other things to talk about. We don't have to make fun of those things. No, this is not me. Look, I don't have any power to police what people say. That's not what this is. Anybody canceling anybody. Just trying to have a discussion that there's better things that we can talk about, better things that we can laugh at. There's even tough things that we can laugh at. But enough is enough at some point, right? Right?